Yes, hello and welcome. I should have started with that. Hi. Welcome, Corey. Welcome, Gwen. Welcome, anyone viewing anonymously. Welcome back to Homestuck, Beyond Canon. And I'm going to have the last mouthful. That was a little louder than I intended it to be. Okay. Oh, boy. Undertale radio stream. That would be good to sit back. There was, I saw people talking on Tumblr about, Fangamer Undertale 10th anniversary stream was earlier today, is still ongoing. I didn't actually look at, the stream itself. I never ended up actually going to check out the stream itself. But I saw there was a little bit of hubbub about new stuff, like a new area or something to do with the Deltarune characters. I could also be completely misinterpreting the two individuals on my dashboard who were posting really vague screamings about it. Oh, Toby's always at it. Oh my god. So I think I've mentioned this before, but as I play through Deltarune, I've been live snapping my playthrough to Katzen. The number of times that I've just been like, Toby, how fucking dare you, with like a picture of this, that, or the other thing. Toby. Oh, that's... There we go. Okay, I just looked over at my phone to see chat, and I was like, oh, it's not there yet. I should set that up for myself. Okay. So. I have made progress in chapter 4. I'm in the dark world now. I did the thing at Noelle's house. Oh my god. I came back in from getting my like snack and my like potion while Lost Girl was playing. I was just like, that's my girl. I hope that she appears in this dark world again, because I love her and I want more time with her, and I want more of her and Susie spending time together because they're adorable. And also because I think it's plausible given the setting, which I'm trying not to be like too detailed because I know that not everybody has actually finished it yet. It's good. Deltarune is good video games. Yeah. So the phrasing, it's good video games, ever since Brother told me about things, it's good comics. It's like that like wording has just been like percolating in my brain, and I'm noticing that it keeps coming back. It's good video games. Yeah. So we'll get back to this when we take 5 later. But for now, it's only 10 after 10, which is good time. Good. I was like, I'm going to be so on time today. And then I was like, okay, 9:50, let's start pre-stream. I set up everything except for opening OBS. And I was like, God fucking damn it. The one time that I'm actually like on it. Speaking of being on it, though, I wasn't when I was streaming last week. I forgot, because this is not a page with a direct link, so it passed over my head to talk about it. Oh my god, you know what that reminds me, though? Other things without direct links, everything that's been happening in the Discord server. I was thinking after last week's stream, too, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I actually kind of forgot a couple of big community news things, because the fucking Discord server. And this is the thing about doing everything in a Discord server. There's no direct links. So, like, there's nothing for me to bookmark. So I gotta start, like, inventing, like, bookmarks to remind myself of things if something important comes up in the Discord server. For example, I never said anything about Jester Quest last week. Y'all heard about Jester Quest, the brand new MS Paint adventure? Which I think I just missed the fucking deadline, didn't I? They had, like... See, I'm pulling it up for my own reference right now. But I can't show it to you because it's in my fucking Discord. You were scared to join the what? Look, I'm in the server. I have, like, every channel muted except for the, like, announcement type ones that don't get posted in very frequently or, like, only posted in by moderators or by Andrew Hussey. If you want to see more about Jester Quest without joining the server, I know the Tumblr tag is well populated. But yeah, Jester Quest. Let's see if I can find the fucking announcement for it. Okay, yeah. Jester Quest is the sequel to Bard Quest. Written in, introduction by and text by Hussey. The commands were taken from server members in a specific thread set up for that purpose. And the finale event, I'm really mad because I thought of a couple of really good commands to submit right when they closed the fucking box. Okay, the finale event. Where in the hell is the information? Okay. Pick a number from one of the hypothetical 30K pages, submit a panel of art, writing, or both for that hypothetical page. After 1 week, we will lock submissions. You can submit as many panels as you want. When that week is over, an ending update for Jester Quest will be stitched together using your panels and text. So, taking the submission box to the next fucking level. Yeah, so, and that will end up in the... either in the, like... No, fuck, which one is it? Archive? Yeah. Either on, I think on this page and not in the extras. Or maybe it will just be in the extras. But that is going to end up on the website. And I'm going to scroll down because I'm going to forget to fucking read this again, which is the whole point of keeping this page open. Have you seen what the new readers have been up to? The Adventures of John, Lily, Mike, and Eden. I peeked the channel a little bit. Didn't look too deeply. I mostly just saw the stuff that Hussey chose to highlight in it was in the Andrew Art Corner, right? Or was that, no, that was just, yeah, it was in the Andrew Art Corner. Hussey highlighted, oh yeah, Andrew Art Corner is a channel in the official Discord, and, Andrew does post art in the Andrew Art Corner. I think I talked last week about them trying to convince people to buy a Tactical Tykes, what do they call it? Mission harness with mole strap and sunshade, with a fake discount code. You want to see some Dad Egbert Mpreg. Hussey has done it. It's there. In the Andrew Art Corner. So the official server is going fantastically. I just need to start taking more notes for myself to remember to talk about the stuff that happens in here now, because I can't just like bookmark it the way that I normally do bookmarks for things. So my experience, I would highly recommend joining it just for the announcement channels and the other sort of like cool event type stuff. I have basically, like, I haven't participated in any other channel. I have said the one thing I needed to say to complete the like introductory task thingies or whatever, and nothing else. I haven't really tried to read anything else. The size and speed of servers like this is incredibly intimidating to me, and it makes my head spin. But everything that's been going on in here has been well worth it to stick around just for all of the announcements and stuff, and the opportunity to participate in events like Jester Quest, or to be one of the first people to see stern fatherly pregnancy. Yeah, so if you're hesitant to join because it's intimidating, it's well worth it just to kind of sit back and watch. Oh yeah, I didn't even properly explain, what the new gens have been up to. There is a so with the re-release, which is full steam ahead, they did a shadow drop today of another update to another 2 pages, even though they initially said they were only going to post stuff on weekdays. This is much smaller than they normally post, though. There is a channel and a role with a specific role in the official Discord for new readers who do not know anything. This channel can be viewed and not commented in by anyone in the server. So that is what Gwen was referring to. Lily, Mike, and Eden are names that the individuals participating in this channel decided belonged to Dave, Rose, and Jade prior to their introductions. I mean, at this point, we still don't know Jade's name. But yeah, I find it. What did they? Oh yeah, the mod message. To clear up any confusion currently about the new reader role, here is the current requirements. We've said it a couple times, but if your knowledge is vaguely Acts 1 to 3 or less, and you're willing to be very careful and get kicked out if you fumble or get overbearing on the 100% new readers, like asking them a bunch of questions as if you know more than them or guiding discussions, then that's fine. If you're on the fence, past it, or just unsure, wait until the re-release catches up to where you are. Additional note, please be respectful of our petri dish of entirely brand new fans. They didn't even know what the characters looked like or their names until the re-release gets to those points. They are entirely unspoiled. Restrictions will loosen up after we get out of Act 3, as the new readers will have more knowledge. Thank you in advance. The petri dish. I love that. So that's what's up with the official server. That's what's been happening. That was stuff that I feel like I should have talked about last week, but I forgot because there was so much else. And also, I didn't have any bookmarks for that. But this is another thing that I forgot, because again, it's on the homepage. I didn't have bookmarks. Right, that's how we got onto this. Just an opening message from Cami. Homestuck.com is back with an all-new yet nostalgic mobile-friendly coat of paint, now supporting the story's original Flash animations as they were meant to be experienced using the Ruffle Flash emulator, which has been working great and looking fantastic. They also added... Oh, I think I did mention this last week, too, and kind of try and show it off, but they added the keyboard navigation, which is extremely helpful. The dev team has been hard at work rebuilding the website from the ground up. More work needs to be done for some of the later, more complex parts of the comic. Oh, they still don't have Sweepo and Hella Jeff up, which is a minor oversight, because I know this because there are 2 different points in the comic as already published in the re-release that do link to Sweepo and Hella Jeff, and when you open it, it just has coming soon on fucking American flags and eagles 9/11 we remember wallpaper. Has been having a lot of fun with that. But yeah, Sweetbone Hella Jeff not up yet. Like, genuinely, there's just the comic. Although they do have up the other external links that are just to, like, images on the website that aren't really in, like, an actual full web page, just a link to the file. Sweetbone Hella Jeff, not in action yet. It brings such joy, like seeing your kid riding their bike for the first time. Yeah. Oh, to read Homestuck for the first time again. That was me. I was not one of those people who got like spoiled on everything, and that was how they were drew in. I had zero idea what I was getting to. I had absolutely no idea. I had a friend who was yelling about Christmas because this was late 2011 and Cascade was about to come out. I knew there was a guy named John Egbert. I might have known there was a guy named Dave. I think that's it. I didn't even know what the plot was. I didn't know how long it was. I didn't know what it was about. I just started, and the rest is history. But yes, more working has been for later, more complex parts. But in the interest of having a website available as soon as possible, we'll be doing a sequential re-release of the comic, daily updates, hosting community-wide event in the Discord server. We hope you use this as a fun opportunity to give new fans a taste of what it was like to get into updates every day and open up new discussions. Starting today with one of, if not the most iconic notable dates in Homestuck history. Yeah, there's another 9/11 joke. We plan to see the full story re-released over the course of a few months. Yeah, we're currently comfortably settled into Act 2. I don't remember well enough where things start and end to say whether or not we're getting close to the ending. Last few months have been pretty exciting with plenty of news announcements. We'll go over here quickly as well. The pilot! Yes, that is my other thing. This is the Q&A. I talked last week about they were harvesting some questions from the socials, and that, or this, I should say, is the result of that. So, why is that open? Sorry, just closing things on my computer. We have a date. 1 week from now, this shit drops. And that is a stream day. So we will definitely be discussing the pilot in next week's stream, which I'm very confident is going to be Homestuck Beyond Canon again. The number of tabs that I have open at the top makes it look like we have more pages to get through than we do. But I don't think that we're going to be able to get all the way to current this time, especially because the most recent update had some actual pester logs to get through. So, yeah, we'll get to that. I think for today, I usually try to keep it pretty strict to, like, the chunks of the actual updates. I think I'm probably good to just do a kind of blast through however many pages we can get for today, just because it's exploring Lilac's Room. It's a long series of things that are not, like, entirely related to each other. But I digress. Next weekend, it's happening. Yo, anyone else watch the Knights of Guinevere pilot today? I was not going to, and then a couple of Tumblr posts made me go, and my own boredom made me go fucking fine. Because I don't know, I'm just finicky. Saw the big shiny face and it was Knights of Guinevere, and I was like, I'm not interested in Knights. Bye. But damn, it's good. Yeah, it looks extremely cool. And it's, well, it is also pretty on the nose, in terms of, like, it is very obviously Dana Terrace sticking a ginormous middle finger up at Disney. Anyway, these are, the rest of this is all things that we know except for this bottom bit. But yeah, that was a good watch. Now I feel like I have to link it because I talked about it. Yeah, so the rest of this post, it's just talking about the, obviously, Homestuck Beyond Canon we know about, the Discord server and the Fruity Rapids Asshole Factory, which we have talked about at length, so I will not beat the dead horse. Okay, I have the link. Yes. Andrew's typing in the art corner? This happened? Was it last week? What did he post last week, I think? When, in the middle of my stream. There was some other stream recently when he posted something in the middle of the, oh my god, yeah, I see it too. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that, and I will report back. Hold on, I need to mute my other servers so that, I can actually see explicitly once that is the specific one that pings. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Discord server. Special thanks to Victoria, Adam Rout, Mop, Andrew, Kohi D, and our lead dev for their immeasurable help in getting the site up and running. Making sure to read that one out because we gotta give credit to all the wonderful individuals that brought this into being. Okay. So that's community news, I think. Oh no, okay. Andrew, on a total whim, decided to draw the honeybee professor from Problem Sleuth. This idea came from just me and my brain. No one gave me this idea or anything, just a totally out of the blue thing I did because of my free will and everything. So I feel like I'm missing something here. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to know where she got the idea from. But I don't. Like, has there been conversation happening in one of the channels that they've been eavesdropping on, or... Anyway, that's the latest from Andrew Art Corner. Let's read Homestuck Beyond Canon. We left off, because it's already 10:30. We left off, but first, for some reason you have an inkling that once you leave this room, it may be some time before you have the chance to return. You'd best make sure you've done or seen everything here you need to. Are you forgetting anything? And the link, of course, being to the FRAF forum post asking for reader-submitted commands. So the next chunk of panels is following that cookie trail. I did ask to take a closer look at the alchemy desk. Something along those lines. I forget the exact wording that I used. That is a part of this. They did not use my exact command, and I think it makes sense in hindsight, especially since I sent that before I'd figured out what the matrix on her desk is, which is that it's the symbol that's on the alchemeter. And in hindsight, it's like, well, yeah, if it's just the symbol on the alchemeter, they're not going to spend too long on it. But anyway, Lilac, prepare yourself for a long and complicated journey. Okay, but like, how? Lilac, button up your overalls. Does up one side, the other side comes back down. Womp. Lilac, set up trap explosives in case anyone tries to get in. What are you, some kind of amateur? Your recluse hollow doesn't have a door or a lock. Obviously, the entire staircase is rigged to blow in the name... Cadence. Your recluse hollow doesn't have a door or a lock. Obviously, the entire staircase is rigged to blow in the name of privacy before shell time each night. Still don't know the cadence of that, but I'm going to keep moving. Lilac, play with chemistry set. Yes, obviously. What other way could it possibly be? There's that close-up. Oh shoot, I just remembered one thing that I intended to look a little more into. We'll get there. Because we get a nice close look at everything that's happening on this desk. Her little self-satisfied grin. Oh, Max, hello. I missed you there. Welcome, yes. You are not too late. As you know, we spent a lot of time talking about a lot of things before we actually get started here. Yes. Yeah, all of Lilac's faces are so good. They look very Haven. I feel like they're very Haven faces. The kind of expressions that Haven is very good at in illustration. But yes. Her wire trap. This isn't any old chemistry set. It's your alchemist's table. Right now, it's full of metal. Some of those metals react quite violently with water, and although you still have a soft spot for the bathospheric chemistries of yore, you've lately applied that knowledge in pursuit of more modern explosives. Still, you always find the time to dabble, even if only to assuage the worries of your more mystically minded peers. Never hurts to keep in touch with your roots. So, bathospheric is a word that I had to look up. This update came out. I reblogged the fucking Tumblr notification for this update, and I was just like, updates that make you read Wikipedia. Because, like, I think, yeah, there's at least, yeah, there's 2 other Wikipedia pages waiting for us later down the line. Nothing like a nice sodium pop. Anyone who's ever played Bioshock is familiar with the concept of bathyspheres. Yes, because Bioshock is also deep underwater. I know that much about it. I have not personally played Bioshock. Psychonauts. Well, this is my introduction. I was having to Google it. Or go on Wikipedia after reading this Homestuck update. Yeah, unique spherical deep-sea submersible, which was unpowered and lowered on an ocean on a cable and was used to conduct a series of dives off the coast of Bermuda in the 30s. Dives set several consecutive world records for the deepest dive ever performed by a human. Record was set by the deepest of these on August 15th, till it was broken in 1949. I feel like... See, I actually did all of my bookmarking and, like, researchy stuff, like, mostly properly ahead of time, and not rushing it, like, an hour before stream this time. But the downside is that now there's definitely going to be a couple of these pages where there's a specific portion I wanted to pick out, and I might not be able to find it again. I think that's about it for this one, though. So, deep sea, bathospheric chemistries, you know, keep in touch with your roots. So that's, you know, deep sea nymph chemistry studies, essentially. Lilac. Eat the chalk. Classic. You will not be doing that. Instead, you examine your lumps of pure gold, an incredibly common and largely useless metal on Deltritus. An old homework assignment from a few turns ago resulted in some of this left over. Gold, as we all know, is famously inert, which conflicts with your sensibilities. thankfully, through the power of alchemy, you can transform them into something of worth. Now, the irony here, of course, being the old alchemist's tale of trying to turn... was lead into gold, I think? Trying to turn things into gold because it's extremely valuable on Earth, on our Earth. Now here's the Wikipedia page for the element of gold. But here's the deal. Anytime that a Homestuck property claims any metric of scientific knowledge, it needs to be double checked because Homestuck loves to lie about these things. So gold, of course, is actually one of the least common metals on Earth, hence its value, or something along, or, you know, it is extremely uncommon rather than being extremely common on Deltritus, but it is, in fact, what was the exact word that they used? Inert. Yeah, I was remembering that correctly. One of the least reactive chemical elements being the second lowest in the reactivity series. So the chemistry is the same as we know it. It's just significantly more commonly found on Deltritus. I did put that link in my document. Yeah, so if anyone else wants to read deeper into the Wikipedia page for gold, it will be in the description of the YouTube video. Yeah. Oh, God, the next ones. All right. Lilac. Alchemize perfectly generic goo with pure gold. Much better. Lilac. Take some alchemy supplies with you. So she's using... It's home alchemy with the alchemeter symbol, which I don't think we've seen even on Earth's seat yet. Famously only dissolves in king's water. Ooh, that's... What is that a specific reference to? I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I made the decision to stop taking science in high school after it stopped being mandatory, and I wish I hadn't done that. The same with math. I stopped taking math as soon as I could, and this is how I ended up with my grade 12 year. Out of 6 courses, I had English and writer's craft and all 4 grade 12 art courses that were being offered. I just filled my entire fucking schedule with arts courses, which is not bad, and I did learn a lot of other valuable things from them. I just do wish that I had perhaps continued pursuing a little bit more math and science. Lilac. Take some alchemy supplies with you. You captchalogue the extra lead nugget. What else is there to see here? Lilac. Peruse personality-revealing desk literature. Does anyone recognize this one? I didn't. It's a little bit before my time. But this is... We'll get into... I have, like, 7 tabs open. Aqua Regia, aka King's Water, is... Oh, it's a strong acid. Got it. Yes, indeed. Okay. Personality revealing desk literature. D.N. Alkirin. The complete collection, episodes 1 to 80. Literature? Who has time to read these days? This is an anime. D.N. Alkirin, to be exact. For a foal in love, it was the darkest of times. A friend sent this to you alongside a box set of the DVD collection. The plot is some bullshit, but you like it anyway. You and her mostly just watch it and discuss your ships. You find the relationship between the hero with his oddly named dark counterpart to be the heart of the show, but your friend disagrees. Your friend's shipping opinions in general are far too advanced and difficult for your casual, and as she tells you, frankly sophomoric, tastes. But to summarize, she ships the dark hair guy with the blonde guy. She's always on some next level shit. I think that the friend in question is one augury aside. Who the fuck else is gonna call Lilac's taste in shipping frankly sophomoric? I mean, we haven't met the full cast yet, but seems like a pretty good guess to me. Do you know this one? Brother is not familiar with this one either. So I did some hunting, and other people also did some hunting, of course. Kudos to, oh no, I can't remember the name. I went to the FRAF forum page, the update thread for this update, in order to see if anyone else had already figured out what anime this was. Saved me a little bit of legwork. So, DN Angel. Niwa Daisuke is your average teenager. Until his 14th birthday, he tries to declare his love to the girl of his dreams, but fails. Suddenly, whenever he thinks about this girl, he turns into a legendary phantom thief known as Dark Mousy. Daisuke's mother, very much aware of this, makes him turn into Dark and steal valuable works of art for a purpose unknown to Daisuke. As the story unfolds, he learns why and about his classmate who seems to have the same ability. And another angle. Ordinary, a slightly lucky middle school student's 14th birthday, he comes down with a condition that has plagued the men of his family for 300 years. When he sees his crush Risa, he transforms into his alter ego, the phantom thief Dark Mousy. Unfortunately, when Dark Mousy sees his crush, Risa's twin Riku, he transforms back into Daisuke. The only cure for this craziness is if Daisuke can get Risa to fall in love with him. So, that's this. I'm seeing the anime in question, 2003, highest rated for 2003, as it ran its course over that year. This is, I think I've mentioned Analyst a few times when talking about anime stuff. It's far superior to my anime list. Y'all should get on here if you're into that kind of tracking. End date 2021? Sorry, what? I didn't read that far down the page when I found this the first time. I think I just read the synopsis. Start date November 1st, 1997. End date January 22nd, 2021. Huh. That's 24 years of writing a single 20 volumes of a single manga. Didn't mention his evil counterpart, Crad, the opposite of Dark. Yeah, this is, I was gonna try and look a little more into this, and I'm sad that I forgot to, because I did see whisperings of a few other people, talking about, like, because they've got very clearly, explicitly on the cover an orange guy and a green guy. And I mean, yeah, like, you know, Gwen, definitely Dirk's influence. Oh yeah, this anime shit, yeah. But also, like, the orange guy and the green guy. Hulking Claw. The orange guy and the green guy. Dirk Jake shit, which... so that was this, because I got, like, the wiki pages open for the characters. So, the green one is protagonist Daisuke, and the orange one is Satoshi Iwatari, who is the initial antagonist of DN Angel. He's the special commander of the Azumono Police Department in charge of capturing Dark. He is also one of Daisuke's classmates. His former son was Chicory, and he is the last known heir to that family of famous artists. As a result, he inherited the alter ego of Crad. Isn't it so cool when the list of pieces of media you should watch to understand Homestuck expands? One more for the list, huh? So Jake is positioned as the happy-go-lucky protagonist, you know, with his alter ego, and Dirk has positioned himself as the intellect, of course. That's what I'm getting from this anyway, as someone who has literally only read those Wikipedia pages, and the analyst pages, and does not know anything else about this show. I don't remember why I had this one open. I think because... Oh, right, okay. So I think this dovetails into... Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the original run was only 26 episodes, and I did find it available for purchase on Amazon.com. I was trying to avoid Amazon, and I don't remember why I ended up bookmarking both of these pages. I guess because I figured this one might stop existing, because I've never heard of this website before. It's like, I don't know, it could just disappear on me, and then I'd be shit out of luck. But, you know, there's a couple of... What did I just click on? Get out of here. There's a couple of places that you can still purchase this. And that is the real cover. Yeah, they ballooned the episode count on Deltritus for some reason. Really taking the alley. Yeah, I think the reason I had this one open was because it gets into the next point of analysis here, which is 2 of the characters on this cover have unicorn horns. We've already figured out the satyrs are, like, they're not goat people, they're horse people, because of course they are, because it's Dirk. But, you know, the alter ego Dark Mousy is one of the characters that does have, a unicorn horn, which gets into some stuff with... Oh no, there's still one more here. Lost it at the horn. Okay. Yeah, so these guys have unicorn horns, which gets into like a bunch of these theory crafting tabs, which are relevant to the next panel that we'll get to. So yeah, I'll just go to the next panel, and then, because that ties into all of this, because we've got the legendary Uni-Nymph. This is relevant to a lot of theory crafting. Lilac, fasten candle to head and become the legendary Uni-Nymph. Oh, right, the next command. You pay homage to the legendary victim, sometimes referred to as the Uni-Nymph. That's all we get from these pages, but people went apeshit with theorizing about this. Specifically, massive shoutouts to Tumblr user Dingo Dad and Tumblr user Calware, who have been pumping out some of the most amazing analysis and theory crafting about Beyond Canon. Tumblr user Dingo Dad is also known as Jake Morph. It's actually one of the moderators in the official Discord server, too. Anyway, I googled Alkirin and got Ankirin. This is so... Okay. This is... Thank you, Tumblr user Dingo Dad. Summary of collaborative efforts that happened in the official Discord server channel after this update came out. So Alkirin seems to blend Kirin, the Japanese and East Asian unicorn, with Valkyrie, flying horsewoman from Norse myth, insinuating that Dirk is doing not only the exact kind of weeaboo shit we expect from him, but also the North stuff that they predicted in an off-the-wall comment the moment that we saw Lilac had an ancient Egyptian denizen. So interesting that, so this is probably more likely what they were going for, but when I googled Alcurin, just out of curiosity, I got, so Ankyrin is adapter molecules that in eukaryotic cells form complexes with ion channel proteins, cell adhesion, and signal molecules and components of the cytoskeleton. Pivotal role in scaffolding proteins and structural anchoring of muscle membrane, muscle development, neurogenesis, and synapse formation. I don't know if this is just a coincidence. I don't know. Here's the thing. These guys don't really do coincidences. You know what I mean? So this could have something to do with something, that an ankyrin is this very specific type of molecule in eukaryotic cells. I am not the most apt person to try and 3D craft this out a little bit further, because this was my first introduction to the term ankyrin. And then this was the page that I found with the best the clearest definition. It does also have a Wikipedia page. I looked at that too. But yeah, that is the other connection that's being made. Chitin and Valkyrie is probably a little bit more the direction that they were hoping of going with that. But continuing from these notes, in a similar vein, legendary victim, sometimes referred to as union nymph, suggests a fusion of nymph and satyr, which these all kind of follow along the course of looking at some biological theories as well. Following the racialized imagery that's already been laid down, this gestures at quote-unquote race mixing being a very grave taboo on Deltratus between female nymphs and male satyrs. This would also double as a grave taboo surrounding heterosexuality. Maybe this is literal interbreeding between the two races, or maybe it's further hint at parasitic nymph theory, the rare case of a nymph head squid attaching itself to a one-horned satyr. Keaton. The purpose of the turban being to hide this blasphemous adornment from the public's eyes. The uni and uni nymph doubling as a reference not just to unicorn, but also unity. This additional line of thinking is entirely my own, given that we are, or entirely Dingo Dad's, given that we are operating in the realm of allusions to real-life ethnography. The fact that this character is wearing something resembling a turban and all that obviously sets off bells. If Deltratus' two civilizations are, by analogy, ancient Egypt and the Norse, is the turban supposed to evoke the Islamic trade routes that first connected Africa to Scandinavia, hence unified into the two races? So, lots of deep cuts here about, like, the society as a whole. I'm going to keep on the biological line just because that's what the next post here puts more of a focus on. Returning back to just kind of like glazed over parasitic nymph theory. And so Rose's OC, did I bookmark the right posts for this? So the union nymph appears to have a satyr's horn and a nymph-like wrappings. Could mean a lot of things, but seems to imply an unconventional merging of the two groups. And Salmacis is a figure in Greek mythology known for merging with Hermaphroditus, and you know what came with that. I'm basically convinced this had to be intentional because the nurse-like caretaker is wearing an outfit where a purple ring clearly replaces the red cross, implying a nymph martyr, or legendary victim, nailed to a purple circle, which is the symbol from the intersex flag. And so, yeah, so this is making a connection between this kind of imagery and, like, intersectionalities. There it is. There's a theory that for nymphs, the squid part of the head is the main organism, and the body is just an appendage or a host in a parasitic relationship. basically that the squid can detach from the body and possibly attach to a new host, be it parasitically, mutualistically, however you choose to see it, and that the squid can theoretically attach to a new host body. And the second theory that builds off of that, the union nymph's deal is that they're a union between a nymph and a satyr through this symbiotic relationship. So we're building theories on theories here. Returning to the conversation about orchids from... No. This... Hold on. This page. Did I put that link? I don't think that I did yet. Yeah, so it's a... it's not you're a kid now, you're a squid now. It's you're a squid and a kid in this particular line of theory. Yeah, so this is page 584. We're going way back. I'm growing orchids on the trunk of this tree. They just grow hanging off the branch like that? Yeah, orchids are a type of plant called epiphytes, meaning they can survive off the backs of other plants instead of in the dirt. The roots attach themselves to the tree, and after some aggressive loving and watering, eventually they can grow on the tree all by themselves. Oh, so they're like mistletoe. Well, actually, mistletoe is parasitic. They suck the water and nutrients straight out of the tree they grow on. Orchids don't do that at all. They just use the tree like an anchor to get their sweet spot so they can grow. For an orchid to kill a tree, it'd have to be huge. Ah. Jade, I miss you. Roxy, I miss you. I'm very excited for these new guys, and also I miss my old fellas. On its own, I don't think this provides much support for the theory due to just how many other things it can mean. It might even mean multiple things. Because of this, I haven't really given the theory much thought until I remembered something that I hadn't seen anyone point out so far, and apologies if someone already has. The orchid is also an intersex symbol. Because the word orchid comes from the Greek word for testicle, and orchiectomy is a common surgery performed on intersex infants, especially those with androgen insensitivity syndrome, the orchid flower is symbolic of intersexuality and of opposition to non-consensual genital surgery. And of course, the final note is just to bring up the cat dog and the sea cow and tuna poster, which I think we haven't gotten to that one yet. We'll get there. But, the cat dog poster we have seen already. Thinking about this more after sleeping on it, less convinced of the all nymphs are doing squid body symbiosis theory, just because I don't believe the idea of a nymph head attaching to a satyr body host in a symbiotic relationship necessarily requires all nymphs to be doing this with their bodies normally. So, some theory for ya. And, did I? No, it's just over here. So this... Shout out, Noted Champagne, source of this image, the lovely Noted Champagne. This is looking at lilac and augury aside. I actually don't know if this was intended to be a partner with the other theory, but it does kind of work, because it's showing here we've got the sea creature on the head. We know they have a second mouth. Where is it coming from? As being attached to the squid. The way cow and chicken fit into the themes here was more the nature of their whole origin. It could be. I'm not well versed in cow and chicken. If you have a specific thing that you're thinking of when you're mentioning the nature of their origin, I would love to hear. Oh, there it is. Thank you. As anyone who is familiar with them knows, their mama had a chicken, their mama had a cow, and their dad was proud, didn't care how. I see. That is probably the reference then, yeah. Is it part of the body? Yeah. So this is kind of like an interesting diagram that could be an interpretation of that. Could be just a coincidence that they were thinking kind of along similar lines with this one, but I can close those, yes. It's part of the theme song. Okay. Here's another kind of surface level. Coming way back up to surface level from the depths of theories. The Last Unicorn. Plot concerns a unicorn who, upon learning that she is the last of her species on Earth, goes on a quest to find out what has happened to others of her kind. So this is also a potential reference point for this. Okay, yeah. Lilac, kill yourself. You cease paying homage. The voice is sounding a bit different today. Fucking of course somebody submitted this. Fuck off, man. Okay. Lilac, stop making Homestuck. Break your bones in 46 places. Well, stop making Homestuck. Hawk like a chicken, or balk like a chicken, and something something on your desk. Caterwall, like a clodpole, and something something tabletop. All I can tell you is the red guy shows up. I'm out of here. And yes, The Voice. Is that the first mention of The Voice? This update came out so long ago that I don't quite recall. Wow, we might actually get all the way through to current today. I wasn't expecting that, but it's seeming pretty plausible now. Yeah, good timing on the request for a break song / video, because it is a couple minutes after 11. I was thinking we read this page and then pause, because then we get into kind of the next batch of commands after a little break in the middle to acknowledge what the fuck is all this. Your thoughts have been dumb as fuck today. Dumber than usual, even. Is this a part of your grand metamorphosis? Did nymphs start grand morphing and become dumb as fuck? Unless these ideas are coming from The Voice rather than your own upper organon, which would be equally odd. Yeah, I don't know if they're using the same definition of organon that I found last time. For the first time in your life, you wish you had the ability to reply to it. And before we set off on our next series of adventures, I need to actually open the Twitch dashboard on my computer so that I can see this link. Yeah, so I'm assuming that's going to be the Cow and Chicken theme song. Gonna open that like that. Gonna do that. We're gonna drag some stuff around, get the tab in the right window and everything. Okay. So, we'll take 5 here, and then we will come back to the next part of our adventure, exploring the vaguely casket-shaped closet. Pretty sure they're just using organon as a substitute for organ. Yeah, that is becoming clearer. I've been looking stuff up to, double-check definitions and things, but, I think with this one, they're just getting kind of funky with it, and they're not really referring to specific dictionary definitions. Okay. We are set with video. Let me start this, and then we'll be back. Yeah. Okay, and we're back. Knock You Down. I listened to that song way too many fucking times trying to get it right in that stupid rhythm game. Hi. Hello, Dew on the Grass. Welcome, welcome. Good morning to you. We are returning from a break now to continue with the next series of pages. Oh, I forgot to put the break text on screen. Oh well, I'm here now. Okay. Lilac, check up on your vaguely casket-shaped closet. Let's take a look in this cabinet, whose shape is as beautiful as it is abstract and meaningless. Wow, aside from the clothes you alchemically transmogrified into an orbicular mass of mess, it's actually pretty organized. That is certainly another way you can solve the problem of laundry. Mostly because a lot of the stuff that should be in here is dumped on your floor, but still. Lilac, drink suspiciously colored liquid. Yeah, there's no way you're drinking that. AA sent this to you some time ago and asked you to do just that, although she made a point not to tell you the effect it may have on you. Drink it and see. Knowing her, it's probably some kind of test where drinking a mysterious unlabeled potion is how you fail immediately. She'll be happy to know you're still resisting. It could come in handy, though, so you captalogue the mysterious potion for safekeeping. When we released a full OST of Undertale Rips for the 10th anniversary. Chekhov's Wonderland potion. Yes. Yeah. Alice in Wonderland. The classic, the drink me potion. Lilac, examine drawing. This is a drawing you made of your favorite cartoon characters. You took some creative liberties with one of the designs here, though, namely making the main character a nymph. Though it's a little embarrassing to admit, you've always felt that he was a very nymph-like character, especially given how mercurial his body was. There was a time when you wondered if the creator was a nymph themselves, but it turned out they were just some old satyr from a bajillion tides ago. When you searched the other net for a discussion on the topic, it seemed no one felt the same. You didn't get along with people on one of the major fan sites either. You argued with users saying he didn't really act like a nymph, and if there was any character that could be a nymph, it'd be the blue one. To which you thought, yeah, sure, you guess. You never really understood why that was an acceptable exception to the rule. They're all just colorful pieces of clay. You haven't really thought about this since you were banned from the fan site for IP spoofing and mailing bombs to various users' homes. This subject always manages to stress you out. You crumple up the drawing and eat it. Gumby, yep. So the drawing in question is Gumby, wherein, and I think, because of the colors, I think this is Lilac as Gumby and TC as the horse, because that's TC's text color, Tinnitus Chakra's text color. Blah. And Horsey Pal Pokey. Yeah. Which of their gods taught them Gumby? Terezi? I mean, yeah, like, which of them brought any of these cartoons in? Terezi's a possibility, but Terezi would have brought in, like, the troll version or something. Although I guess all of these are kind of like Deltritus version. The blue one would be another of Gumby's friends, Goo, who was ambiguously mermaid-shaped. Okay, so there's if any of them would be a nymph, it would be the one that's shaped like a water-dwelling creature. Yeah, this, of course, absolutely taking the piss out of people who will say really stupid shit to people headcanoning characters as people of color, because you can insert whatever ethnicity you want into these statements, and you'll be able to find the exact same bullshit, people saying the exact same bullshit about other people's headcanons of this or that character as a person of color, and it's complete fucking nonsense. But yeah, That, God, the knowing which one the blue one is now, that enhances all of this even more. Because that is the kind of, they'd be like, oh, well, obviously, this character, this one wouldn't be the black one. It would be this one. That's a really blatant stereotype. First of all, fuck off. Second of all, why are you implying that there can only be one? I don't know. I've seen some shit, okay? But, yeah, this is Gumby. Universal constant like the Fresh Prince. Oh, yeah, with, like, the specific cartoons that they're picking? Yeah. Could also just be additions to the Universal constant family. Lilac isn't exactly innocent. I mean, like, yeah, okay, don't mail bombs to people's houses, but, like, they started it. Picture on the Discord. Oh, of goo. I mean, I could probably pull something up right now. Typos. Images. Ah. Let me guess. The one on the far right is goo. Whoops. Smurfette-esque. Bit mermaid, bit seal, bit Mr. Fantastic. Nice. This looks like a kid's play toy set or something. Anyway. You crumple up the drawing and eat it. Okay. Lilac, examine little cube. Now this is a fascinating bit of nymph biology. It's a piece of forbidden contraband. The surface dwellers refer to as a sugar cube. A gift from TC, who's always trying to get you to engage with new, mirth-inducing, highly illegal things. However, you neglected to tell him that concentrated sugars are highly toxic to nymph anatomy. One bite of this and you'll be in big trouble. Any sane nymph would cast these agents of the sweet onto a dumping beach and forget they ever existed. But they're from a friend, so the risk of temptation is something you're willing to endure. This feels a little bit like a callback to all of the, like, theories about sugar being like alcohol for trolls or whatever because of Gamzee's Faygo deal. Lilac. Ponder the ooze. These are your slime jars used for storing your perfectly generic goo. Eventually, your need for slime outpaced the woefully limited slime allowance the caretaker could reasonably permit, so you had to resort to brewing your own. You always meant to get around to finding a more elegant way to store it, but the slime just kept coming. Now your floor is littered with their hollowed husks. You'd like to say that they're a poignant testament to your fortitude in the face of egregious psychic assault, but really they're just a big sticky mess. You really need to clean these up eventually. Perfectly generic goo. Look at that good green. Yeah, so they're permitted. And this was the substance that Lilac was about to slather on to block out the voice before leaving the room, correct? Just gonna double check myself on that one. Yes. Lilac, coat yourself in slime to drown out ominous portents. Probably a reference to how Mattel trademarked slime as a toy. Oh, that could be in there too, yeah. But, yeah, drowns out ominous portents. So that is the function of it. They're only given a rationed allowance by the state. And so Nickelodeon sold it and they called it GAC. Yeah. So that speaks to a limited mobility, I guess, because that's a way of, if this is your way to block out the ominous portents when you leave your home, and you're only given so much of it, you can only leave your home so much. So the slime is soporific. Yeah, it could be a cousin to Sopor slime. Perfectly generic goo. Lilac, handle your wand. This was gifted to you by the caretaker when you were small. You have fond memories of practicing various arcane and deadly magics alongside her. Ray of unending sorrow, death beam, dusk's depraved delight, beam of death. Good times. So Rose's dark magics carries on to her progeny. And the caretaker gave it to you when you were small. So Lilac has been with this specific caretaker for... Because I'm not taking anything for granted here. I was not assuming anything about how long she's been under her care or anything like that. Been with her for quite a while. Lilac, cast a spell or two for old time's sake. Ooh, and you see when the magic is starting to fizzle, we're getting the marking around the eye, that looked like, way back here. See, the arms start growing out more, and we get that same mark showing up around the eye. So whatever Lilac is doing to expand her arms in this particular panel is some related magical means. But in the end, it's dust. You forgot you rendered it uncastable on your last usage after a series of mystical mishaps. You haven't tried a spell since. Wand is too useful, so it cannot stay. Also, when she did alchemy? Ooh. Was that... Ah, good catch. Yes. Actually, I don't... Yeah, I'll link that. Sure, whatever. Yeah. Oh, what happens with her eyes there? The colors kind of invert, like the white and the black. Huh. And that's kind of what this looks like too, because we've got the white pupils coming out. But that could also just be a stylistic choice. Lilac, take a delectable bite from the big green chunk. You mean the tabula smaragdina? Another relic of your fryhood. It's common tradition for a caretaker to pass their text down to their nursling. This tablet has been a cornerstone of primary education for nymphs for as long as almost anyone remembers. The original idea was said to have been found, clutched by an ancient corpse of our indelible maiden, the letter of the law, Squirmy's vice-great, but yours is just a rechiseling. What a Rose name. 'Tis true without lying, certain and most true. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to do the miracle of one only thing. Whatever that means. So, reference. Smaragdine table, or the tabula smaragdina, compact and cryptic text traditionally attributed to legendary Hellenistic figure Hermes Trismegistus pronunciation. So this is also, like, genuinely, this, where is it? Here, somewhere on this page. Yes, the tablet remains influential in esotericism and occultism, where the phrase "as above, so below," a paraphrase of its second verse, has become a popular maxim. And that has appeared, of course, in the epilogues, as well as a few other places in Homestuck too. Actually, a few other places? At least one other place in Beyond Canon. But yes, again, I'm pinpointing the references. A lot of these are things that I would require a lot more reading time to be able to more adequately elaborate on. But that is what is the real-world historical document that is specifically referring to. Oh, and they actually did use the exact correct name this time, because a lot of these there have been like twists on things, but that's just straight up the right name. Lilac, try to imagine who your creator is or what they look like. Quite an interpretation of Rose. I do love this art style with all the dithering. Yes, the bright sun, the hidden but picturing everything tentacular, because of the nymphness of it all. In the literal sense, your vast mater was. I'm gonna restart that one. Rose. Oh, nice. Rose if she were a denizen, yeah. In the literal sense, your vast mater was long gone by the time your egg cracked. Mythologically speaking, you've never been too interested in studying up on the grand designer weaver of tendrils either. Most of what you do know comes from whatever dubiously first-hand accounts Mima regales you with on your afternoon swims. Apparently she was a hatchling last she saw this deity, so it's more than likely she has been making everything up. Besides, she couldn't be that old. Could she? So, I think that Mima is one of the very first creatures that Rose ever made. I think that she has horror, terror, something in there in order to have lived this long. That and squiddles. That's my inclination as to what the fuck is going on with Mima. In particular, because I'm seeing, like, in that very brief segment that we got, showing off earlier creatures. Am I remembering correctly? I might not be remembering correctly. I feel like there was a good amount that were just black outline and white inside, but I might be blowing that up a little bit, actually, now that I think of it. I have a whole video on my channel that I made a segment of trip through early Delta's fauna as a whole clip segment, so y'all can go check that out if you want a refresher on that. Yeah, because we didn't really get to see a lot of their creative process on this one, but we did see some earlier experiments. Good times, yeah. Lilac, crack open, ominous tome. Another tilde pun. This hefty volume is the Till-Depth Treatise, which chronicles all the undulating intricacies of the ancient programming language of the same name. Till-Depth was a shockingly rare joint effort between a surface dweller and a nymph, developed long, long ago. The fact that sorry, I got distracted because my dog is here and he stood up. I don't know if you could hear him sitting on the floor biting his goddamn nails for the millionth time, but I hope not, because it's not a great sound. Oh, he's got baby eyes. Oh, baby, I think he wants to leave. Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, no, he just wanted to... He does this! He'll get up and look like he wants to leave, and sometimes he doesn't, but then half the time he just wants to lie down at the end of my bed instead of at the side of it. There. You're gonna scratch the hell out of my carpet again? Yeah, he just wanted to lie down in front of the door. He was just staring out that open door and looking up at brother like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, good. I'm glad you could not hear him. Oh, yeah, he's back at it again. His little toesies. I was like mid-paragraph on this, wasn't I? Okay. Till Depth was a shockingly rare joint effort between a surface dweller and a nymph, developed long, long ago. The fact that the surface dweller was an omnicidal madman and the nymph was a megalomaniacal heretic only serves to increase its mystique, its illegality, and most importantly, its breadth of scope. Till Depth is an unholy chimera of primal magic and stunningly intricate logic, and was apparently some kind of ruthlessly protected state secret up on land. You don't know what TC did to get his hands on it, but the effort to develop the game really took off after its discovery. The two of you have been sending it back and forth for ages now, each contributing a different perspective to further your mutual understanding of the concepts outlined within. Right now, thinking about that kind of stuff is just going to stress you out, so you opt to leave it closed. It makes for a better cushion that way. Yeah. So, this, of course, the analog to the Till Death code that was used in the creation of the closed loop of Lord English's whole timeline cycle. I feel like there's better words for that I'm not quite getting right now. TC getting his hands on that illegal stuff. Lilac. Ponder Orb. This is your mobile Farsphere. Farspheres work similar enough to a computer and is the preferred method of Othernet web browsing for a sea-dwelling nymph such as yourself, as they are technically not supposed to be on the upper net. So there's Othernet and there's upper net, and I would have to do some searching and poking around to go back and try and catch uses of those, because they sound similar enough. I feel like some of the differences I might have lost to time. Ancient forbidden texts. Yeah, orb. Ponder. We're going to ponder that orb. Sadly, yours is absolutely loaded with scryware. Those cracked files did exactly what they said they'd do. Now it can only receive messages, which makes an excellent excuse for blowing people off. Lilac. Ponder anyways. And who's this fellow? Now, given the color of the symbol on the chest and the color of the eye and some text that we will see in a few pages, I think this is Cloistered Connoisseur. Actually, wait a second. We already had that color connected to that from previous. Anyway, whatever. Cloistered Connoisseur showing up on the orb. Well, that was a completely useless thing to do. You'll be stuck buffering like this indefinitely unless action is taken. Lilac. Return suspiciously radioactive pearl to the bed of your beautifully large clam. Maybe not exactly what we had in mind for that. Wow, you are full of stupid thoughts today. You focus on giving your Farsphere a hard reset. I wonder why it has so many cracks in it. It's still a complete piece of trash, but at least it's not an edging sphere of eternal torture now. You might as well take it with you. Lilac. Admire your tasteful, artistic, Wall scrolls once more. Little more cow and chicken for you. Little more cow and chicken for the road, because we're headed out of this segment of the comic. The critics are not a fan of this one either. What else is new? I love this panel. It's so fucking funny. Every time she gets a smug little look on her face is so good. Isn't this awesome? Isn't looking at stuff in your room just the best? You feel like a born yesterday fry, and you're holding all these things for the first time again. You could do this all day. Lilac, be accosted. Sheesh, can't a girl languish amidst her earthly trinkets without 47 freaks jumping on her dorsal plane? Okay, it's only 5, but your point still remains. These people need hobbies, something to possess all their free time so they leave you the hell alone. Luckily for them, you are as magnanimous as you are opulent. The cage face thing? I think I know what you're referring to, and I think the answer is a little bit, yeah. Good reaction if when you get a Discord ping. Yeah. Speaking of, didn't I mute everything else? Oh no, I see. Yes, that's, yeah. I mean, oh my god, is this really gonna do this to me right now? There we go. Lilac. Look at mod chat. Ooh, this is some panels that I think I didn't fucking set these up properly yet, so we're gonna have some fun with that. Oh, I made both of them. Hold on. Now y'all get to see how I think I've done this live on stream before already at some point anyway. But whoa, isn't it so cool how I got that gift to stop moving? But yes, Lilac, check in the mod chat. Hello. Hello? There we go. Just having some OBS fussy issues. Okay. Let's read the panel first. Oh no, those are for like way later. I closed a tab I should have kept open. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this, and then it will be ready when I need it. This is even worse than general. You know most of the people here. They all seem to be bouncing between chatting about miscellaneous topics and also judging whether or not people deserve to be in the chat. They're banning each other at a rate of 10 bans per second. Wow. These despotic oligarchs think all of this world is their game. Mixolitty, hello and welcome. Greetings from Toby Streamland. Does that mean Undertale anniversary stream is still going? I wasn't sure if that was still happening or if it had concluded already, but hello, welcome. Just ended, all right. Just ended day 1. Ooh, okay. I'll keep an eye out for that on day 2 then. Yeah. We're about to explore the depths of the general chat. Why is that in the wrong spot? God damn it. Oh, I think I know what's happening here. Fuck. Okay. When I started using groups in OBS. I thought it was going to be a great idea, but they're not doing what I wanted them to, like, ever. Okay. All of my fancy setup, and it's just all going to shit. Alright. What is... Okay, you know what? That's that. I'm gonna stop clicking on it. Did I finish Deltarune? I've made progress. I'm not done yet, though. I have not finished completely. I'm just going to pull these up for myself in a bigger resolution because the OBS preview is too small for me to read. Oh, and could that be Mima while my computer decides whether or not it's going to load? Yeah, let me... There, okay, things are loaded. Just a quick peek before we get into that. Could this be Mima? This could be a proto-Mima, an earlier version of something that later became Mima. Yes, good catch. He's mentioned some chapter 4. Oh, I won't tune in then. Thank you for the warning. I'm in the Dark World now, but I'm not too far in. I've gotten to the next save point that's just past the first shop. I'll put it that way. Okay. Let's see what else is happening in the general chat. So, DB, is there a walkthrough posted yet? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the hell is going on. Cloistered Connoisseur. First text we get to see from Cloistered Connoisseur. Okay, with a tiny URL link. GH says, do not click on that link. And DB, Desperate Bystander, was subsumed. So, said link. Oh, because I copied the... Hold on, I need to go copy the right link again. I knew it was worth it to keep this tab open that I was considering closing. That's it. That's the whole thing. So, oh my god, I just realized that on stream my fucking image was right on top of... Just so you can get the full effect. Oh, good. Yeah, subsumed. Excellent. Yeah, so IT, very long fuck. GH, at Dark Genius says, please ban CC already. He's bringing a harsh radioactive vibe to the server. And in response, Augury Aside has banished Greased Hogman. IT comes in. He wasn't wrong. Augury Aside has banished Idle Trifler. AD, by the way, guys, the necessary equipment is waterproof, if anyone even cares. BW, what, you spill water on it? You wet monster? TI, I know I already asked a million times, but does anyone have space in their party? I want to play so bad. At AD, this is actually helpful, thank you. Are there any cheats yet for getting more grist? AD, don't worry about the grist. Just focus on the countdown. TI, so everyone's just going to ignore me, huh? VP, what happens when the countdown ends? AD, I don't know. I didn't fart around to find out. TI, all I want is a chance to prove myself and be a good team player and make some new friends. I don't think that's unreasonable, right? What is it about me that doesn't deserve that? Dude, take it to vent if you have so many sopping feelings. TI, man, if you were hurting, I wouldn't brush you off. I'd ask you about your fucking day. Agamemnon's theory has issued a deterrent to 20 inches. Whatever. Stupid game requiring people to have idiot friends. But whatever, I'm trash, right? Agamemnon's theory has banished 20 inches. So, okay, actually, I'll save this until... Oh god, I just realized I didn't actually switch the image on screen. Anyway, that's that. That's the stuff that I just read because I forgot to change the image. Wonder if there's something hidden in the data. I don't know if anyone's tried that yet. Yeah. Trickster Santa Revenge. That is so loud. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize how loud that was going to come out for y'all. But yes, and then the end of the GIF comes up to Lilac clicks on Pale Horse Dark Genius's chat, the mod chat. And then we see a few more faces. We get voices to names finally. And this, so before I start reading, I will just point this out just so it doesn't break the flow. The slashes over the one side and the single eye, and we see it from kind of like a few, like both angles, is connecting again to the sprite where we could only see the one eye in Lilac's orb. So I don't think that was an orb error. I think that is definitely Cloistered Connoisseur. Anyway, who missed fucking the group chat, troll group chats? We're back in it. Let's fucking go. Gavage Conctation has entered. Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. I see thee. Hi, Lilac. Grant her no greetings. She has been given more than enough, yet has opted to spurn them all. OMG's drama llamas. Okay, you need her that badly? What I need is silence from thee. What I need is for us to stop clogging the chat. Dang, clopping? In the mod chat? Shot. Agamemnon's theory has banished Cloistered Connoisseur from Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. Champion's tirade has descended upon Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. Yeah, several nymphs are typing. Not just nymphs in this one, though. We got some satyrs in here, too. Definitely some of these guys, satyrs. I mean, come on, the clopping joke? Darn fucking striders. Yes, descended upon Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. Are you ready to climb the mountain? Ah! Cloistered Connoisseur has unbanished themselves from Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. Oh, yes! Agamemnon's theory has banished Champion's tirade. Agamemnon's theory has unbanished Champion's tirade. So, this enthusiastic screaming about mountain climbing. Very fitting introduction for a character whose name is Champion's tirade. Sorry I had to do that, T, but now is not the time. I'm letting you back in, but we have a job to do. Do not force my hand again. That's the mountain's bad brother, but the rumble of the earth cannot be silenced. The battle cry was pretty sick, no? Admittedly, yes. Pretty sick. But let's keep our heads on straight. So cute. Agamemnon's theory has banished Cloistered Connoisseur from Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. Not helping. The mountain thinks you should stop banning him. It's not sporting. Augury aside has banished Agamemnon's theory from Palehorse Dark Geniuses. An eye for an eye, cur. Cloistered Connoisseur has unbanished themselves from Palehorse Dark Geniuses. Aw, you love me? Augury aside has banished Cloistered Connoisseur. Let the world be blind. So... I don't know what the years would be to do the meme, but like, died whenever, came back 2025, welcome back, trans timeline, chats. This is not trans timeline, but y'all know exactly the pester logs I'm referring to, right? Okay, so we have met a few more colorful individuals. Real goated behavior. That's a good quote. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of, you know the ones I'm thinking of from the main comic. I feel like I should research this and make that meme, but like, you interpreted a different meaning, not like trans timeline. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the ones with past and future people and, you know, the trolls and, you know, time clusterfucks and like the memos. Oh my god, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yes. I was like, I know there's a specific word for this and it's not coming. The memos. Yeah, the group memos. Like 2012-ish? Yeah. Welcome back. Group memos. So something that I started bringing up earlier and then I was like, I'll wait until after. I've seen some conversation about like, so what kind of archetypes they're playing off of for this. This, to me, all of this, the general chat, the way that all of the nymphs and satyrs we've met so far are talking is definitely modern internet archetypes, focused on, I think, specifically Discord servers. I don't think, like, they could be drawing from some other sources. Like, for example, you could draw from, I don't know, YouTube comments or Twitter guys or Tumblr, you know, etc. I think these are all Discord guys, especially given the emphasis on chat clients in general. Brother pointed out to me after I finished stream last week that apparently the entire time I was talking about the chat client, I was saying IRS instead of IRC, which is incorrect. It is not IRS, it is IRC, and apparently I was talking about internal revenue the entire fucking... Anyway. IRC and Discord. You meant to bring that up too. Yeah. It has been corrected. Yeah. But like, definitely these are all figures that I have seen in my brief glimpses into large servers. I don't normally peer into them, but there's like, oh my god, when they had that one guy that got banned who was like, is anyone gonna play with me? Well, it just sucks so much, huh? And then, you know, the like self-pitying tirade. Definitely seen that guy. What would you call it? The strict moderator, you know, Agamemnon's theory. The total fucking troll, cloistered connoisseur. I have also numerous times encountered, you know, on a few occasions encountered people like Augury Aside who, you know, speak like that or in some other slightly more esoteric way than just speaking the way that one conversationally would in the year 2025. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these guys around. And I think that's the well that they're drawing from this time around. Memo's the only member in the entirety of Act 6. More of a Oh, Carcat on the meteor yelling at himself. And yeah, in Act 6. Yeah, no, I'm thinking about the ones where there were like 10 different characters talking at once. And that's not even including past and future versions. Last moment before that was Carcat's apology for putting chemicals in the water to give the freaking frog cancer. Some of them feel a bit more mid-2010s. Like Carcat, yeah. Yeah, they could, I mean... Yeah, I guess Cloister... Yeah, I can see Cloister Connoisseur fitting a little bit more in that era. A little bit more... Oh, God. A little bit more, like... high school. Except for the one where Carcat yells at himself. Every single memo is in Act 5. Yeah. Are there none in Act 4? Because I'm just thinking of the one where Carcat yells at John and Dave to stop flirting with Teresine Vriska. And I feel like that might have been a little bit earlier. The original Fruity Rumpus Asshole Factory. The memos specifically are the troll thing. Okay, so that you're thinking that was like a regular old group chat rather than a memo? I feel like that was a memo though. Maybe it was in Act 5. Thank yourself, I'm Lilac, who hasn't responded to any of this. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, this face, yeah, this is me looking at the general chat on the first day that the official Discord server opened. This is all getting a bit overwhelming. Let's try talking to someone else. Someone whose message frequency never overwhelms you. Lilac. Message Vriska. Jaden the Cats was definitely in Act 5. Act 4, John Stillhat and Matt Vriska, and they don't know any of the trolls' names yet. I see. Yeah, I know the chronology of events in Homestuck, but where the actual act lines are, aside from, you know, the obvious Act 6 and, like, Act 7, a little bit, or, you know, the beginning of Act 5, Hive Bent. Other than those, like, really obvious changes, the rest of that, like, we finished Act 1 in the re-release, and I was like, oh my god, already? Like, I remembered it ended when, you know, he entered the game, but, like, damn. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hey, we know her. We know this one. You then proceed to have the conversation we already read, during which time you idly occupy yourself by disarming the potentially fatal ordnance ticking down in your inventory. Cutting the right wire is so easy that you could do it in your sleep, which you regularly do. So, I'm going to do a quick read over this one just because having the context of actually knowing Lilac now, it does read a little different. Hi again. How's your day been? Anything interesting happen over there? Mine was all right. Also almost got my stupid ass blown to the high hells as per usual, but nothing much other than that. That would be devastating, right? It could happen so easily. A petrifying thought. Yet I still stay up to my bucomass and volatile materials. It's a real addiction. Anyway, I think today is the day I fuck everything up. I'm messaging you now to see if you might maybe change my mind or something. Sorry, I know. You hate this vaguely ominous doomer bullshit. But this time, I really feel like it's true. I'm gonna play TC's game with some of my friends today. If I'm being honest, we cooked hard with this, but now I think that the game is going to kill me. Well, actually, I know it will. AA, that's one of my friends, has definitely been bugging you about this because she cannot fucking help herself. So, Vriska and Augury Aside are also in communication. So that's 2 connections in this group for Vriska, or for Vrissy. If it's one thing she's gonna do, it's bug or fuss or meddle. Well, I guess that's 3 things. Take that shit, I'm fussing. Are you there? Sorry. Anyway, she's like an oracle, except she's not an oracle. She's some other shit. To keep it real with you, I don't really understand it, but that's kind of the whole deal with magic, right? You don't have to understand it, just believe in it. So, augury aside, and spouting all the prophecy stuff in the other conversations, like, she's not entirely talking out of her ass. She does have some kind of prophetic oracle type position within the magic of Deltritus. Supposedly. Unreliable narrators, etc. I guess. Keeping that in mind. I kind of forgot where I was going with this. Oh, yeah. She said that she was certain that you would play with us. Obviously, I called bullshit. Clearly a ploy to get me interested in playing again, since I told her I wasn't anymore. But she keeps insisting. And I don't really want to let TC and them down, since they're so stoked on this. We did spend a lot of time on it. Sunk cost fallacy is fucking me up right now. So, would you like to play this game with me? I mean, with me and my friends? It's cool if not, though. I don't really care too much either way. In fact, my roster is pretty stacked. Unsure if I'd even be able to slip you in, honestly. My roster's so crowded, it'd make sardines claustrophobic. My social battery's fat as fuck, swelling into an ominous crescendo. Shit's set to burst any minute now. Tick-tock. I got friends out the wazoo lining up just for a chance. It's honestly a ludicrous amount of friends to have in any context. If I started listing off my insanely long list of friends, you'd get mad as fuck. Yeah, if it wasn't clear, I'm actually poppin' and everyone wants to hang out with me. None of that is true, actually. Well, anyway, if you don't hear from me again, I wanted to say good luck, Vriska, with everything. So, yeah. Gavage Cunctation's computer exploded. Yeah, the stuff with augury aside is probably the stuff that's got the most extra light shined on it, since we've actually had a full conversation with augury aside now. Well, yeah, so we're about to disarm that last one. The trick is to keep steady. Lilac, trip and fall flat on your face. Kaboom! Damn. That's what you get for burying the lead. And that, the circle of stupidity is complete. We are now at the same point in Lilac's timeline as we were when we were initially introduced to her bedroom with a giant hole in the wall. And also the same point in the timeline when she finished messaging Vrissy. Fuck. Oh man, that's a bad one. When she finished messaging Vrissy the first time that we were quietly introduced to her. So Vrissy is basically like one of the trolls for their adventure, by which I mean alien who bugs them and knows a bit more than they do. Yes. Yeah. A la Karka, Calliope, etc. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah. Vrissy does occupy that role. It doesn't seem like, at least to the best of our knowledge so far, none of the other Omega kids are involved with words. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. None of the other kids are involved that we know of. Yes, with these guys. Contrast to the exiles, aliens who bug them and know a bit less than they do. They just know different things. I feel like they have relatively equivalent knowledge. The exiles just know different things. But speaking of other people who are not Lilac, BTC, Be the Mirthful Purple Boy. So we see the Grand Master sitting at his computer with his tall horse ears and his long horse tail and bountiful hair. My goodness. Triple monitors set up. What a wizard. You can't be TC right now. He's busy. Very busy. So we are to assume this is TC's house that we are outside of. And there's this city in the background. Like this giant compound in the city, either, far, far in the distance. Bountiful Maine, yes. Maybe Versi is hers, like Versco's Jones, etc. Yeah. And TC will have one of the Omegas bugging them. Reminds you of someone from Friend Sim, can't remember who. I mean, computer stuff was Malik, but Malik wasn't purple. I mean, a lot of the purples have long hair like that in Friend Sim as like a cultural thing. They have that kind of like bouncy, wavy hair. What did I have open over here? Right, okay. So, I've seen some theorizing that TC is something adjacent to Hal and is like not a real living person. I feel like these theories are kind of on thin ice. But, we can see what they've got here. Tell me if I'm clinging onto a dead theory, but it's totally slunk all over the city, right? It looks busted as fuck. Someone please let me know if I'm crazy, but are the satyrs all dead and TC is like an AI replica living in a giant computer? The first thing I thought when I saw the waterfalls on TC's base was cooling system. So that's these, which I gotta be honest, I did not read these as waterfalls at all until reading that post, because they just look so like inorganic. They're very like straight and rigid, but yeah, it's pouring down into the water at the base. It's all the same color. Picture of a guy rolling a pair of dice. Always bet on the chaos users are just Dirk's plush rump chatbots theory. Another interesting one. And relatedly, this post cites the first one. This massive purple data center has to be in some way related to TC's massive purple house because they're both purple. And I mean, they're both purple doesn't necessarily mean something, but Homestuck is certainly a property that does color-coded connecting of things. Now, I want to get a link to that original panel so I can blow it up a little bit bigger. No, I'm way too far down. No, it's not. Nothing to do with Jade. No, these are all in brackets again. I think it's in this one. There it is. Bingo! I'm fucking good at this shit, baby. Just a closer look at the servers. The ominous purple servers. Would be disappointing to hype up this whole new species and then they're already extinct. A little bit. But, I mean, we're certainly still getting to interact with a bunch of them. I think. I hope. Actually, yeah, no, it would be really disappointing if they're already dead. So I don't know if I buy into it quite that far, but interesting connection to make between these and TC's not so humble abode. Well, we're a little over time, but we actually made it to current. I didn't think that was going to happen today. And it's only 10 minutes over, so, like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good time. Damn, okay, so Chicory next weekend then, unless they update again. They've been doing a lot of updates, but they've been small. So if it's too small of an update, I may just leave it for the following weekend. But oh my god, we're finally back to Chicory, just in time for me to tell you all of my anime opinions. Actually, if y'all give a shit about anime opinions, I actually created a tag on my Tumblr to start more formally tracking those things, writing things out, etc. Yeah, I'm in the middle of making posts about my summer seasonal stuff, which I have 3 more posts to go because I haven't done the one for Dan to Dan yet. I have so many thoughts about Dan to Dan. Oh my god. And then Toilet Bound Hanako-kun finishes tomorrow, and then Turkey Time to Strike. Turkey Time to Strike is fucking fascinating to me. It's not very good, but they did some weird shit, and I have to respect that. But yeah, you know, I promised like 2 fucking months ago that I would talk about, maybe even 3 at this point, that I would talk about anime for the next Chicory. Oh, but we're gonna have, that's Homestuck Pilot Day. We're gonna have Homestuck Pilot to talk about. I might just do a double feature Art Academy for the first one back. I was thinking about doing that anyway, but double feature Art Academy, talking about the Homestuck Pilot, because I'm sure there will be lots to discuss about that, and then talking about anime for the other one. So there will be more Homestuck next weekend. It just won't be this. There is so much happening all the time. Oh my god. Yeah. But until then, I hope you all have a super nice, chill week. And I will see you for that next weekend. Looking forward to it. Yeah, there better not be references then. References to which part? Which things? Oh, can't have tabs open in Chicory. Yes, it would behoove me not to decide to do a drawing with a reference again, because doing that with the drawing of Noelle made it take a lot longer than it was supposed to. No referencing Homestuck in the Homestuck Pilot discussion. Yeah, whenever I do a double feature, it always, because of the pattern of it, right, it's always one historical copy and one new concept. So I haven't checked which ones are coming up, but we'll see. We do have at least 2 left for sure, though. We have a lot of Art Academy left. Anyway, yeah. No more Homestuck talk. yeah. That's today. Thanks for hanging out. Take care to you as well. Thanks so much. Have a super chill week, and I will see you around the web. Good night.